If your business is running SAP, then there is this amazing opportunity for your IT department to get more things done in a shorter period of time while they are not working structural overtime, and also increase better integration with the business users. And on top of that, you can save on an annual basis several hundreds of thousands of pounds in your IT expenditure. Are you curious how to achieve that? Well, keep on watching. Well, hello! If you are interested in how to achieve all these benefits that I listed at the beginning of this video, then I would suggest to watch this snippet of my presentation SAP's Biggest Secret. It will reveal a lot and basically focuses on the question, should you actually ditch your best practice and do something better instead? Watch this and find out more. Okay, what I want to do now is give you a snippet of my presentation SAP's Biggest Secret, and I want to focus on today. Because today you can change your mindset, change the process and the tool set, and by doing that, depending on the size of your company, you could save yourself several hundreds of thousands of pounds on an annual basis. By changing the mindset, I mean not doing what everybody is doing, what they are then calling best practice. Use good practice instead and get you that saving. At the same time, your workforce is not going to do structural overtime. Instead, they can get more things done during the same normal business hours. And at the same time, you're focusing more on the need instead of the want and become agile within a waterfall environment. You change the process because you want to become much faster, much cheaper, much better, but at the same time your system will become more stable, more reliable and more flexible. Now let's compare best practice with good practice, and I will go through it very quickly. We've got three people in this overview: the key user, the business analyst and the developer. The key user writes the business requirement, the business analyst the functional specification, and the developer the technical specification. And after that, development starts. And I split development into three parts: the collection of inputs, then you can make a decision, and then you can process a result. And after that, you can do your unit testing. And then the business analyst can do the integration testing, and the key user can do the acceptance testing. This is what we call traditional waterfall. If this is the process in your business, then I've got good news for you, because you can save yourself a lot of money by doing something different. Because this waterfall approach has some problems. For instance, during integration testing, you can find there's something wrong. It might affect your functional specification, and then development needs to be updated. Then you see this loop happening that you have to get unit testing before you can continue with your integration testing. But something else can go wrong as well, because the technical specification might need an update. Or during acceptance testing, you find that certain things are wrong. And all these arrows are conflicts. And it can be conflicts between people, it can be conflicts between teams. In a way, there's not a good environment to have a good, harmonious way of working together. And that also is magnified by the fact that these people work in silos. The process is actually not designed to force people to talk to each other, because you got a business requirement, you hand that document over. You have a functional specification, you hand that document over. And the last thing that I want to highlight is that the most complex part of the entire deliverable is the coding of the decision making. And that is in the hand of the developer. Now, knowing all these kind of things, what we want to do is do good practice instead. We got these three people again: the key user, the business analyst and the developer. The key user writes the business requirement, but now something else is happening. The business analyst is going to make a prototype for the decision making and then do a session with the key user to sanity test it with the aim to make sure that the business requirement is translated correctly by the business analyst in such a way that all the decision-making scenarios have been approved by the key user. And that means the prototype is a good prototype, and then you can write a functional specification. The other thing that is going to change is that the technical specification can already start while the functional specification is being written. And why? That is because the decision making is not coded by the developer anymore. It becomes configuration by the business analyst. And then also you see that the testing can become much more efficient, and you see that there's always going to be communication between either the key user and the business analyst or the business analyst and the developer. This is what we call agile within a waterfall environment. And yes, of course, there can always be scenarios where the acceptance testing is seeing some issues with some updates, but the number of potential conflict lines is much less. Also, what you see is that you can get a 40% time saving. And on the other hand, you can also see that the major reason why you can achieve this time saving is the change from coding the decision into configuring the decision.
So, does your current business reflect the best practice? And do you want to move towards good practice instead? Well, contact me and I will help you out.